Guys, welcome back to my channel. So congratulations on the business summary document that was released to you guys. Turned out it's the same thing we used last year. So I was not supposed to do a video again on this topic, but I've been receiving series of questions. I needed to clear some things. I wouldn't sound disappointed because I thought maybe Bukun or Adora would have taken a little bit of their time to actually explain a little bit on the business summary template on their Tuesday webinar, right? But I was a bit disappointed. I was like, oh my god, why didn't they even explain a little bit about this whole thing, right? So I will be answering some of the questions that I actually remembered from the questions I've been receiving so far concerning the business summary stage of the program. We're not yet there, but since the document came earlier before the deadline for bespoke training, so why not we just go straight into it, right? So that you guys can have your time to prepare. But especially the fact that she was saying that the document is not supposed to be more than 2 pages, and then they ended up sending the same business summary they sent us last year, which they told us not to exceed 4 pages, 3 to 4 pages, considering the number of words they gave us. So I wouldn't really I'm not trying to be critic or so, but I just feel that they are actually under pressure. Of course, being an alumni for 2021, our group chat, some people have not received their money, and so they are on them, right? Really, and they are really working tirelessly to see that they're able to clear that of last year, so that they can actually successfully move us, the alumni 2020-21 cohort, to the next stage of the program. So let's all try to be patient with them, because they need to clear them so that they can actually focus on you guys 100%, right? So some of the questions I will answer, but just like I said, she mentioned the business plan was supposed to be, the business summary was supposed to be 2 pages, and sending the same document means that it's supposed to be like 3 to 4 pages. So I would have loved her to clarify on that. But then a lot of people have been asking how they are supposed to write the business summary. What I know is that last year they told us to only edit the cover page, like leave the design the way it is, just fill in your business name, fill in your name. And the major questions I've been getting is about category. There is no category for this year as long as I'm concerned. So but if you must fill the part of category, I think you should go ahead and put in startup, because let's just assume that everybody's in startup, right? So you should just go ahead and put in your category startup if you actually need to put in that category. And meanwhile, that you're writing your business plan now doesn't mean that once you're done writing, once they provide link or make it available on the listing for you to submit, that you should rush and go and submit. So I would actually advise that you, even while you are preparing it, you should just calm down till when they start requesting for those things, so that, because I know definitely they will point 1 or 2 things out, right? They might want to make some corrections. So just put in startup there and still make your business plan 3 or maximum 4 pages, based on number of words that they actually ask you to write in each of these things. So because last year this phone is an Android phone, it's an Android Techno Spark 5 Pro. So I actually used this phone to do the whole of the program last year, right? I still have my phone. This phone has worked wonders for me. So I want to talk about how you can actually be able to edit that document by yourself with your phone. Why I'm using phone is because if I use phone and you understand how to edit it on your phone, it's going to be much easier for you if you want to start working on your system with it. So if you can work on the phone with it, you can literally work on your system. I prefer, even currently, the program I'm doing currently my business plan of 29 to 30 pages, I'm writing it on my phone, right? So even to the extent of my pitching video for last year, I actually did that pitching video on my phone. So I've been able to do a lot of things with this phone, and you can literally do your business depending on the kind of phone you use anyway. But any phone that you're using that supports Microsoft Office, you can literally use it to do it, right? So I'm going to be using my phone to edit the document so that you can actually see how it works and see that it's something you can actually be able to do by yourself, right? So let's go. Okay, so doing this, I would advise you don't try to use the one somebody else has downloaded, because there's a possibility that they must have distracted you. So I will advise, when you want to do this with your phone, you go ahead and download the document by yourself, right? Download the document by yourself. And the way you do that is, I had to actually since it's the same document though, but I had to actually use somebody else's document, right? So when you click on it to access it, so it's better you try opening it with your Google Drive. In that way, it can actually help you to convert it to Word immediately, so that you can actually be able to edit it on your phone. Because I don't know, for people that have account that have made subscription for PDF, I did not make any subscription, so I prefer to use my free Word, Microsoft Word of a document. Right? So what you do here is you edit, you click on the name here, so you wipe it and write your company name there. So since I've been using Zonia Food, so let's use Zonia Food. Or then this upper where you see this write your document, it's very advisable that in as much as they are giving you a guide on what to do, you should also know that you're supposed to make it look exactly like a document you prepared. All they needed to do for you was just give you an illustration for it, right? So now if you have a document, if you have your company logo, you can also include it. So you go to, if you can see this place, you see home, you can see insert, then you choose, you see blank, you see scan document, you see table, you just choose insert picture. So you could literally browse. Okay, let me just use my Zobike, my main company logo, since it's just literally a tutorial I'm trying to do on this, so it's not like it's so I put that right there, right? Then we'll go. So here that they say write your name, just click on this and remove the write your name and go straight and write your name. Clean this email address, write your email address, because it's just a simple guide that they are giving you. That is a calculator, right? So that's my email address, but please don't send me emails. So now on this category is where I've been getting a lot of questions. So it's easier for you to want to either wipe it out completely, or you can just say startup, because everybody is in startup. Your business are all in startup. All right, so the months, if you choose to write this month, it's fine, but you can still choose to edit it and write June, since it's actually June you guys are supposed to submit. Right, so that is literally all for the cover page, right? So there is really no much thing to do on it. This is how you could actually edit the cover page and jump right into the business summary itself. Right, so this place you say this, I will advise you wipe it because it's not part of. And remember, you're told to actually provide only 2 pages, so you want to remove these things because it's literally not part of. All you need to do is to leave the, since it's already a prepared, you leave the Tony Lumelu logo, because that's why you can't, it's not really advisable for you to want to say, oh, I want to use a paper, a plain sheet of paper, because you're supposed to carry this that logo. So now, problem and solution. Tell us about your business request for pitching. You could just swipe this request for pitching and leave the bit about your business. So all you need to do is to change it to about my business. About my business, right? Now, the question is, describe an overview of your business, highlighting how you came up with the business idea, what problem you are trying to solve, how, please ignore this, my WhatsApp people, how about how your business solves the problem. So instead of wiping it out, right, this is, and you check how many was 150. So you could start with now. If you check, this is underlined. I have to remove the underline. So I'm not going to, so I don't want this video to be very long. So after writing, then you describe. I know a lot of people from the last video are saying they are having difficulties on how to explain. It's just a simple thing about you. What business idea do you have? How did you come about the business idea? Even if it's just a passion or you're just thinking of how to make money, it's as simple as that. Just tell them how you got the idea, right? So what I'm trying to do here is, so after you're done, because I cannot go and start writing, I don't want this video to be very long. After you're done writing the whole thing, you're supposed to write like, okay, what is your business all about? What problem are you trying to solve? So because I'm not writing, I don't have an inspiration to write, but you need to discover what are the problem you're trying to solve. So you list it, making sure that it's not more than 150 words. When you're done, simply wipe their question, because you've answered the question. When you're done, you just wipe. So this thing changed to Sonia. So Sonia, right? Now stick to the words. I've already explained. If you did not get, you could just, I'll attach the link just in case this is your first video you're seeing. I'll attach the link to the other video so you could watch that. I don't want to waste time explaining what I've already explained here. Right now you can see that message keep popping in and distracting what I'm doing. That's what I go through every day. So when you're done with that, you move. It's just a quick explanation of how the whole thing works, right? So that is just it. The healthy food, blah blah blah. Then you go next, features and functionalities. You do the same thing. You leave the subheading and the heading too. So in this place now, in this place you could say, you could just title it how I came up with my idea, or how my business then problem we are trying to solve. Okay, just problem. Then solution. Okay, so this could be how you could actually do that, and make sure it stays at the 150 words that they told you to stay at. Then you go again, edit functionalities. So you just remove the required. It was supposed to be required for pitching, right? So you leave, why you leave the questions is so you can have an idea of what the question is and the exact thing they are telling you to do. So once you're done writing it, telling them what, like, how does your business work, it's just you giving a description. Okay, we buy dry food. And also remember that to remove the underline in case. Okay, now so remember I said that Zona food, all we do is more of sending food abroad, right? Packaging and sending to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. So this is how it works. So I answer each question. Describe the unique functionalities of your business offering, how they address the identified problem, right? So after you're done with that 100 words, you just delete out this one, leaving only your answer, but giving a detailed explanation of what they ask you in the limited word that they ask you about it, right? You edit that out, you continue. How would you produce or provide your services, which I've already explained, right? And then I say not more than 50 words. Then your profitability. Thank God for the class that the Shehu had with you guys. I believe he has already explained this part also. In this pricing, instead of going to write so much, you could say, okay, like I used Gary the last time. So let's say Gary 1 kg. So that is it. Maybe amala. So let's say you have different products that you're actually offering, so you just list it, right? So but you don't have to do so much of that. You just have to go straight to majority of the product that you're actually offering, the main part of it, right? Not if you have maybe varieties of product, or maybe have it in varieties of flavors, right? So just choose the average and include. They just say in less than 20 words, so stick to the 20 words that they ask for. Then your profitability, you calculate your cost of production. So like, how will you make profit? Tell us how many users you expect to sell to. So let's say our cost of production. Your cost of production is literally your variable cost, your fixed cost, and your cost, or the actual cost of production, the money you need to actually spend in buying materials for your production, right? In the whole thing, including your rent, your maybe transportation, maybe your data if you're offering a service, whatever thing you need to spend, even including the money you use in taking your partners to lunch and all that, is part of your cost of production. So all you need to do is to calculate them, but specify this is your fixed cost, or the money you spend on material, maybe your staffing. At the end of the day, you calculate it together, right? Then what you do, your target market is, from the Gary that I explained, your target market is actually I think I used 1,000. So if 1,000 person buys my Gary, it's about 3,000, right? That's what I'll be making. Then if my my cost of production is about 300, if I minus it from it, I'm still having a whole lot of money, right? So that is how you do profitability, right? So I'm jumping the opportunity. You can be able to explain the target audience from what I've already explained. If you're explaining it in dollars, it's very simple, like I've already done. Like, remember that you're supposed to remove the requesting for pitching. When you remove the request for pitching, then you start writing your target audience. Like I said, target the market size is 10,000 customers per annum, and my target market is 1,000 customers. Right? So if you need to calculate it this way, the market size, which is 10,000 per annum, is actually about, since they say calculate it in dollars, is about 30,000. As I would have been blabbing if I'm not using calculator. Right? So this is your fixed market for Gary per annum. Now if I'm selling to my customers, so if I have 1,000 customers, so it's about $3,000 for each per annum, right? Meanwhile, you can, I'm just using a smaller figure, so you can literally use larger figure. When you're done with that, you can actually give them a percentage of it. So if my market size is 10,000, so what is my percentage of the 10,000 if I'm using? So it's supposed to be about 0. So maybe I should do a mathematical calculation of that. 0.3%, right? 0.3 times 100, so it's about 30%. That's 30% of my market, so which is 30% of my market. For my last year video, my market percentage was actually about 0.5. Was 0.5%, right? So this one being 30% is still huge, based on the fact that the market is not too large, right? So when you're done this, if you count this what is less than 50, you cancel. And move to the next thing. So that is it. Then your need here, this is one place I needed to point out before I close this. You list, let's say for me now, branding machine, then how much does it cost in dollar? I don't know, I've not made my researches, so I could just say maybe it costs $1,000 to acquire, right? What is doing it? Promotion, maybe sealing machine, one. How much does it cost? So let's say $800. So just like that, you list everything that you need. Now do not limit it, because a lot of people have been asking sorry for these messages. A lot of people have been asking if they need to limit whatever thing they are doing to the $5,000 that Tony Lumeli is going to be offering. The answer is no. You don't need to limit your business to the 5,000 seed grant that Tony Lumeli is going to be giving you. If possible, just state how much you actually need, but do not exceed $50,000, right? Still list your equipment, still list your cost of production, because obviously they know that it's not, $5,000 might not start business for everybody, except somebody that is selling probably foodstuff in a kiosk. So The $5,000 might be too small compared to your dream, but still state for them what this money can buy for you. What are the things you need? Is okay if you listed that. Mine actually running to about $10,000 or 15. All right, so it's okay to do that too. Thank you.